All right. Hello and welcome to the Sorry I've Been Drinking podcast. It is episode 3? 3-ish.
4, 5, who knows?
It's one of those. Anyway, I am joined, as always, by Rolkbuster. How you doing, my friend?
Can anybody hear me?
You.
I can hear you. Evan, you fell off a cliff for me, unfortunately.
Jesus
I couldn't. It got real grumbled, and then everything just like cut out.
Yeah, we heard Sorry I've Been Drinking podcast, and it's just like you jumped off a cliff and kept talking.
All right.
And then it was just nothing.
I'm pretty sure it's you. Because I trust neither of you when it comes to Discord. Hold on.
We're having some technical difficulties. Hold on, everybody. Somebody cue the Jeopardy music.
All right, let me hear me. Yeah, it sounds fine. It's you.
Okay.
Saying the way you're coming through for me, I'm not calling you a liar. I'm not saying on a recording you don't sound good. I'm just saying to me, and apparently to Ryan, you sound like shit.
I mean,
And certain times I can't either decipher and or hear what you're saying.
oh.
And Diaz sounds crystal clear to me. Do I sound okay to you, Diaz?
You sound like you're sitting right next to me in person.
Okay. But I've just pulled up the stream on my phone, and you sounded fine on my phone the second I had the volume up.
How about
Jack.
now?
Oh, that little blurp I heard, you sounded really clear.
Okay, so we're good now?
It's getting
Yes,
there.
you did it.
Yeah,
you
there you go,
sound
whatever
awesome.
it is.
Just keep talking.
I did it. Okay, well, starting over again. Welcome to the Sorry I've Been
Yay.
Drinking podcast. This is episode 3. I'm
Welcome
here.
to 97.7 Candle Jack and Roll.
Welcome. It's me, the radio voice. I'm here with Rockbuster88. How are you living, my friend? Ow!
I prefer the monster
Radio
truck guy.
jokes.
Welcome to Super Slam 87. We're here. Tickets are just $5. $5.
Sunday.
You get the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
That's a solid one. And I'm also joined by our good friend Mr. Diaz, or RMFD Art, on Instagram and other locations.
Hey,
Also known as
RMFD Art,
Cash Grab.
a.k.a. Cash Grab, a.k.a. No, I'm just kidding.
AKA Emperor Diaz.
Apparently, I'm said on the stream. The one stream I don't watch, and apparently I'm an emperor or a king or whatever. I don't know.
But yeah, well, I mean, here you both have thrones, so that's always good. But
Look at me, handsome over there. I look amazing.
but anyway, we are here for what's the hot topics today, my boys?
Well, we have shitting on Death Battle, which is a YouTube channel that we're familiar with.
A traditionally strong choice, yeah.
We have D&D tomorrow. We're going to talk about.
Oh yeah, I am DMing
Be
a
interesting.
D&D game. Rolk is playing in it, and so are quite a few Jax and Max from the channel are playing, and a couple other people.
And apparently I need to make a map.
Yes, and Cash Grab needs to make a map.
Which is fine.
It's
I
fine.
guess.
And
I don't invite me to play. I just want to make a map.
I mean, nobody even asked. I mean,
I-
nobody asked me if I wanted to play.
That's
but
not true.
it is true. Nobody asked me at all.
That's-
Nobody said, "Hey, do you want to play D? You want to do around D&D?" Nobody.
Oh,
said
well,
shit
it's
to me.
not around. It is a Saturday commitment at 9 o'clock
What-
for the next
Ever.
year.
Whatever.
And we knew you weren't going to be able to do
My
it.
point is,
Amanda was going to let you
I
do
wasn't
that?
asked. I wasn't asked.
do you want to play fucking D&D?
No, I don't. But that's all I wanted. Thank you.
All right, so D&D, and then Forge World's shitty sales topics. That is great for them and terrible for us.
That is
That's all I got.
That is a niche topic, my dude. But
I
I
don't know
dig
what niche means.
it. It means it's a very specific topic that's only going to appeal to a handful of people.
Specific. Wasn't that way easier to say?
No, that's different.
Oh my god. Well, we don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. You want
No,
to,
we
I don't have
can't.
much
I'm
to say
just-
about that.
Just screw it.
If you want to start
I-
off with that.
I was going to talk about what I've been playing lately in games that I was late to the party on that are excellent.
Okay, games we've been playing recently. I like this. Let's go.
Okay, so I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima. It won Game of the Year. It totally deserves it. The game is absolutely excellent. But the part that's really grabbed me has been the multiplayer. Like, the multiplayer has a totally different art style. It's like Japanese Fable kind of thing, and it is just beautiful and it's awesome. And Sucker Punch, unlike other developers and studios, they released this with Ghost of Tsushima and didn't tell anybody. Like, it just kind of appeared one day and no one was expecting it. It was just added value to the game. But yeah, it is a great game. If you own a PS4 and don't own it, fix yourself, because I had to.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I assumed.
I was watching Dracos play it, who he's streaming right now. For anybody who wants to go say hi to him. I watched Dracos play it first, and it's beautiful. It's one of the nicest graphic games I've seen in a while, and the mechanics and everything looks great.
So what kind of game is it? What the fuck are we talking about here?
So it's a third-person action game where you like assassinate people, and essentially you're a guerrilla war fighter if you were a Japanese samurai.
That
And
sounds pretty dope.
yeah,
So it's guerrilla
really
tactics,
good.
but you're like in full samurai armor,
Yeah, it's really good.
and you can be stealthy, so you probably love it.
Yeah, it's Stealth Boy.
Oh.
But
I never said I was good at it. I just say I like to
Well,
try.
But you enjoy doing it when I'm
Yeah.
not ruining it for you.
yeah, and this is a single-player game, so
Oh god. Can
So
we
you don't
talk
have to-
about that for a second?
So we don't have to worry about being on a
25 minutes of
motorcycle.
work. Rolk just fucking comes in and ruins my entire mission because he comes screaming in on a motorcycle. Asshole.
You have to start from the beginning, and you have to name the game. You have to
Oh,
give
God.
specifics.
Yeah, I guess. All right. We were playing, what is it called? We've been playing Breakpoint. We've been
Yes.
playing Breakpoint a little bit. And Rhyme of Frame, I've never heard childlike glee from the man's voice more so than when he got a hold of one of the attack helicopters. Well, I was waiting for these two assholes to get on. And I was like, you know what? I love the animal. So I found one. I was just walking around, taking my time, doing things, sniping people here and there. I found one. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna clear out this entire fucking thing. I'm gonna take my time. By the time he gets home from work, I'm gonna have him a fucking helicopter ready to go right off the bat. Make his day. So I'm taking my time because there's a lot of dudes. Big camp. I'm all by myself. I'm picking through them. I am 3-4 guys away, maybe, that I can see where I can safely get into this thing and haul ass back to base and park it. I'm lining up for a shot. Next thing I know, I just hear some guys from the distance start screaming. I hear gunfire, and then out of my peripheral vision, I just see the name Rolkbuster come screaming in on a fucking motorcycle, drops it, gets off, and just starts going loud, starts trying to drop people, and ruins the whole fucking thing. Take off, but guess what? It is no longer in pristine condition because people are actively shooting at us.
And then later we got to hear the voice of loss, like when a parent loses a child.
That was the day before. I don't want to talk about that moment.
This
Oh my god, that was the
all
most pathetic thing I've ever heard come out of Ryan Frame. The most manly man I know.
And this is all. I'm walking up to where the base we're going to, and all I hear is no. And then I just see a flaming helicopter drop into the top of the screen and just slam into the ground.
My baby boy!
Look what they did! They massacred my boy.
We found one, and I lost sleep going into that the wolf camp or whatever.
Yeah,
a bazillion times with Ryan Frame. We had that shit down to a pretty good science, though.
Eventually we figured out the routine.
We got it. We got it down pat for a while.
And we got it there a couple of times with like no issues. Like they didn't even shoot at me. They didn't even know we were there.
Well, the problem was we got cocky and we went back trying to blow up the entire base with the attack helicopter and got shot out of the fucking sky.
Immediately go back, shot down 5 seconds in.
Your samurai game. I'm sorry.
Then there was that time you guys decided to swim to a helicopter. That was confusing.
Screw you.
But
There was that thing you let me die in a helicopter because you didn't tell me there was parachutes in the game and it required a skill point, and I just fell to my death from
honestly,
5,000
we
feet.
were planning. You ruined it. We couldn't believe you remembered that. Like we were on the day before and we made sure we both leveled up to the fucking parachute. We're like, there's no way he remembers. We're gonna rinse and repeat this shit from Wildlands. And we took you all the way up, and you're like, I don't trust you. How do I get my fucking parachute?
and I'm like, you just start with it. You just start with it.
As soon as we loaded that game and we got in the helicopter, I went in my inventory. I'm like, okay, I got this, right? All right, yeah, because these fuckers are gonna leave me to die in a falling meteor.
And then we did that. Except you survived the crash this time.
Black Hawk down my ass.
Enough, apparently. And we landed in a really shit area because we immediately got killed.
Yeah, we did.
It's fine. I told Diaz that room was clear, so we're even.
All clear.
Super clear. No chance of you getting shot.
It looked clear. From my perspective, at that point, the room seemed clear.
You know what? If I would have jumped down that hatch into that room, and I would have at least hit the floor, I would have probably wouldn't have been as agitated as I was, because I would have figured, you know what? Somebody they weren't in the room. Somebody rounded the corner. I got unlucky. But I did not even get a chance to hit the floor before I was shot dead. And let's not act like I was jumping off the roof of a building. I was dropping from one room to another, so maybe 10 feet max. And I was dead the second I breached. That is 100% on you, sir.
So, get, getting off
Anyway,
of ridiculous gaming stories. Um, so me and Rolk are going to get back to our original point, which was we are playing a D&D campaign. I am DMing, and this is Rolk's first experience.
very first time playing D&D ever at all.
Yep. So that should be interesting. We did a test game. Everything seems to work correctly.
The closest thing I have to any D&D experience is I played Warhammer 40k 8th edition,
That
which apparently is completely different. So,
it's not
but they're
similar.
dice, so it's kind of similar. As similar as Yahtzee is to this fucking game. So we're on the right path.
Seems about right.
I just want you to scream Yahtzee every time you roll the dice.
Yahtzee, did I do it right? But
Did
well,
I do it? Did I get extra points?
the cool thing, the cool thing for me as the DM is that I've never used the online tools before, and they are excellent. Like I can't see myself ever going back to the way that I used to run. Like it's so good. It's so seamless. Like you can just click what you want to do and it sends it to the Discord server, and then I just see the roll, and then I just go to my encounter play builder and the encounter I'm running, and I just assign damage, and it's so good. Everything's right there, so you can just click on it and link it to everybody. And yeah, and I'm also using a program called Tarask or Tarask. It's a Tarrasque, and it's a virtual map for tabletop games, and it is so good for online battling. Like you don't have to do that theater of the mind bullshit. You can like actually give your character or give your players control of their character piece, and like any additional spells or clones or whatever, you can make it all happen on the board. So it's been like I'm usually when it comes to digital stuff, I'm very hesitant because I think that the analog stuff is usually more. It's just usually better because it's just crunchier. But I couldn't see myself playing any other way but like this from now on. Like it's so good.
Am I gonna have to draw character pieces?
No,
Oh, okay.
only if
mean,
people
I
pay
wish
you
you
for them.
How much, Diaz?
For you,
$1,000, no big deal.
$10,000. Oh, it's
10.
on that.
And I need it up front because it's Rogue.
Because it's wrong.
I wouldn't do it. Cash grab at it again.
Get a stick figure.
It's an
Enjoy.
expressionist piece.
I'm
So when
super
you
excited.
say character piece, is it like a full body thing, or is it just like a little avatar look?
It's a little avatar. You're actually connected to it, so I can show it to you. Is it still up on your computer?
No, it's not.
Well,
But I mean,
then I guess you can eat shit.
yeah, so fuck me, right?
Fuck me,
No,
am I right?
Just show me later. I still got to do the map anyway. I'm not thinking about the other thing.
But yeah, we're gonna use that, and it plays. It's so much better. And I wanted to ask you, Rolk, because you haven't ever played any of this nonsense before. What are your thoughts as a new player? You're coming in and you're playing with some seasoned individuals.
I'm really nervous.
I know that.
Not because of not because of like what I will do. I just don't want to ruin it for other people.
Yeah.
Like being the guy who asks a bunch of questions, slowing the game down, slowing the pace of the game down. I don't want to be that guy. That's why I didn't want to do it originally. Like, I don't know this shit. Like, I don't want to be that guy.
Well, and
So
let me just.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just gonna tag on to what you're saying is that like that I think that's what holds a lot of people back, and the D&D community is like super welcoming. They love new players, and it's got a bad rap because like a handful of people, and that's why we set you up with the fighter champion is that you'll have enough stuff to play with, but you won't really feel overwhelmed because you're learning everything. And if we gave you like spells and stuff, that would be a total nightmare. But if you're going into it as like, oh, I don't want to ruin this for anybody, that's going to be an attitude that is good because you're going to be more aware of your character and you're going to be actively trying to not sabotage the game because there are players out there who actively try to sabotage.
I blame that goddamn gorilla. It's all his fault. The world started going to shit.
Well, this has been happening since the 70s, so...
Let me have that. It's easy to blame the gorilla.
Goddamn gorilla.
Jag asked me, hey, because I started watching Warhams on Twitch and YouTube. If you haven't seen it, it's a Wrath and Glory 40k D&D game. Am I saying that correctly?
It would just be Warhammer 40k's tabletop RPG. It shares a lot of DNA with D&D, but that was a lot of letters in a row. But it is different at its on a gameplay level. It's different. On a concept level, it's identical.
Okay, so I started watching that, and it's hysterical, and it sounded like a lot of fun. So I was bringing it up to Jack. I'm like, hey, can we do this? And he's like, maybe, let me look into it. He said it'd be really difficult. No one's ever played it. Finding a DM would be difficult. How about we do a D&D campaign? And I didn't want to do it because I couldn't be a Space Marine and have a heavy bolter. So...
And we can't reveal what he is, but I convinced him.
So... 10 minutes later, he convinces me, and I agree to do it. And just thinking, I'm like, well, I'm going to just shank this right into the trees, in the rough, just right off the tee. And
that is a solid golf reference.
It is, and I hate golf, but I like some of the terminology of shanking it right into the trees.
It sounds like you're jerking off into the trees.
Well, it didn't until you said that. But that's fine. So I think I'm just gonna get loose in turn 4 and end up like fucking Earnhardt. That's what I'm afraid is gonna happen.
You just gotta be
right to the wall. I have pain in number 3 there. Remember me for the rest of the time. I'm afraid it's gonna happen. But Jack helped me through a lot of it. And
I read your character's like bio or story or backstory and stuff. I liked it.
Yeah, we're not.
We can't reveal it.
No,
I'm not saying anything. Right? I'm just saying I like the story.
The other of the people that are regulars of watching anything that I create, like roughly half of them are in the game with us.
Right. Okay. I'm not going to say anything, though.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I was going to.
Because... I'm just saying I like the story.
Yeah.
So anybody who hasn't played D&D, thank you. You have to make a character. I had a couple of mine that were just going to be simple. And then I had to find a D&D race. I just Googled D&D races and clicked images and waited till I saw something I liked. And I did. So I sent it to Jack. Hey, I want this. And he's like, you can have that, but you have to commit to it and be serious. And I said, fine. And I came up with an amazing backstory. I feel like it was amazing.
Oh, it is.
He just thinks it's amazing.
For being a new player, like, you need to commit to it. You need to commit to the bit, and like, and you clearly did. But like, when you said that to me, my immediate reaction was no, and then you got saved by the other DM, Tyler, that's in the group, and he's like, "Well, we could do this with it." And then I just sent you a message that I'm like, "Can you play that seriously?" And originally you said no, and then I explained, I'm like, "Look, this is how it's possible to be done." And I kind of explained to him like basically gameplay and lore reasons why it would be able to work. And so that's the character he's playing. His character is going to have to wear disguise pretty much 100% of the time. And yeah, it'll be interesting because the character's so different from you.
And I wanted to be, I wanted to be challenging.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do just my typical character. I didn't want to do me as a character because that's easy. And even in the practice round, you had to keep me from being me. As stupid as that sounds.
Yeah, so we ran a quick tutorial just to make sure that mostly that I could get all of my tools working together properly, because they're all like not connected like in by any official context. But yeah, Rolk started answering for his character as Rolk, and I'm like, stop. I'm like, we're stopping right now. And I'm like, we fucking talked about this. And you're like, what? And I'm like, that is Rolk talking. That is not, well, correction, they were both Rolk talking because his name is Rolk. But I'm like, that is not your character talking. That's you. Try again.
And then I fixed it, and I think it pretty well.
No, it's great. But and the cool part is that since it's online, it gives me so many interesting options that you can't really get away with easily at a tabletop. So like the three of them that were involved in the original one, they actually have more information than my other three players. And because we're on Discord, I can like drag and drop people in and out of voice chat groups. So like if they're at the inn talking to somebody and it's like, hey, I'm gonna go stand guard outside, well then that person can actually just leave with whoever else comes with them, and then they have their own little side adventure out there while plot happens. And then even more importantly, they have to trust that the other group members are telling them the correct shit.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I'm out.
It's gonna be super fun. I'm super excited for it.
You guys
I think the test round went fine. I'm playing a very easy character. I love my backstory in my character development, who he is and where he's from and everything. I'm excited to play that, and I think that's a huge part of it. So
yeah, and your character's easy, but like the stuff that you can do in D&D, like you can be like, hey, I'm gonna do whatever crazy nonsense plan I want to do, and that's like not written down anywhere on your stat sheets that you can do that. But I can just be like, okay, well, you'll have to do X, Y, and Z. But yeah.
Like, give me an athletics check. Give me a resound, or any one of those. And that's what I saw on Warhammer, and I'm like, this looks really fun. And that's why I brought up to you. And now we're here, and we have our first game tomorrow, and I'm thrilled. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I cannot wait to play this.
I haven't.
Have some fucking confidence, bro. You're always like worried about shit, and then like
then you kill it.
I don't want to pay models. I'll be no good at that, dude. You're like very good at that shit.
You're better than me at it.
I literally do art on a daily basis, and I could not do that with those miniatures. So
Oh,
have some confidence and just have fun.
Painting those models is literally like one of the funnest things I do, and it's amazing.
Just zen.
I didn't think I could do it. I think I do a good job.
Oh no,
you just turn everything out.
Yeah. But they turn out excellent.
I don't care what other people say in other people's chats. I did a model. I did things different. People hated it. I came home. I was going to change everything. I came home and looked at it, and I said, I love it. I think it looks fucking badass. And I left it. I didn't change a single fucking thing on it.
I wouldn't.
Dude, it goes back to the gorilla. Everybody thinks their opinion matters.
When in
Tell them
truth,
to shut the fuck up and do what you want.
only people with podcasts on Twitch opinions matter.
Exactly. Fuck those guys.
It's
We
fine.
got an affiliate here.
I know.
We got a man making it.
I always say that,
good.
but then
You
get me talking about a movie, and I'm like, I got all the opinions in the world.
But so it starts tomorrow. We're not going to be streaming it.
No.
Maybe the next campaign. We'll think about it.
Yeah, it's too much pressure for everybody.
About it. Yeah, it is, and it is a lot because you got to watch what you say. People get you remember the first podcast we did, and as soon as we went live, everybody was just quiet for like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
that's because you're thinking about the room, you're thinking about the people listening.
Yeah, and the biggest issue that in my assessment of it is one of two things will happen, and it worries me, is either A, people will clam up completely, or B, they will try too hard to entertain the audience, and pretty much all of us, our forte is comedy, not drama or tragedy. So it's just going to be a joke time, and
fucking speak for yourself, killer.
Well,
drama.
I'm the storyteller, but like, I don't want it to be a joke time. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna be Captain fucking Killjoy ending every good time that's had in like the grim, dark, edgiest universe that ever existed. I'm not gonna do that. But oh no, you're fine.
Not gonna be the Zack Snyder of DMs.
Yeah, exactly. That is an excellent way to put it.
He's not going to be the Zack Snyder, but I need him to be the Michael Bay.
That I've already done.
And then you guys are just gonna pause for Bud Light commercials.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if we stream it, maybe. But
insert lens flare here.
Yeah, it's like
we forgot the first. Jack, we forgot the most important part of the Sorry But Drinking podcast. What is everybody drinking?
Johnny Walker Black and Coke.
Oh, sounds amazing. I'm super jealous.
You should be.
Jack is probably drinking water.
I'm drinking iced tea and getting high.
I am drinking
that counts.
From the Rocket. I am drinking
like
a Bush Latte. Which is how they say Bush Light in France, I'm assuming.
In français.
You know what I'm drinking, Frame?
You still like
24
Italian?
ounces of shut the fuck up.
Are we gonna talk about that twisted tea guy?
So funny.
In the history of absolutely necessary savage beatings, that one is top 10. Right at
sure,
See,
man.
you got a tall, skinny, racist asshole, drunk, running his mouth there, guy, in a fucking gas station, and just gets the sweetest of beatings delivered to him by none other than a tall boy, Twisted Tea.
24 ounces.
When I heard about this video before I'd
up.
even seen it, and I heard the thing, I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of entertaining. I was like, but whatever, this kid's gonna get punched, yawn, whatever. He probably deserved it. Certainly sounded like it. And then I saw the video and I was like, I had no idea the Twisted Tea exploded on his motherfucking face. I was like, this is incredible. It makes everything way funnier. And I'm so glad it happened to him because he is obviously just the biggest piece of shit, like super annoying.
Yeah, like you're saying racist shit, and you're obviously an irritating white boy. You're gonna get beat up, and no court in the land is gonna convict this dude.
No.
My God, oh my shit! I think I like that lady at the end too. They said something about, she's like, I'll film if I want. I'll do what I want.
You got what
fucking
you,
fucking right, you will.
she's like,
Yeah,
I
you
got
what you deserve.
you got what you
That's
deserve,
what he-
motherfucker.
As he's on the ground, you got what you deserve. Filming.
I love it.
Great.
Yeah.
I had no idea that thing literally exploded though. That was
Okay,
awesome.
drugs, guns, knives, tall boy cans in the car.
I got them all.
And exploded on his face.
I go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Like he might as well. That can exploded like he dropped it off like 3-story building or some shit like that. It was incredible. I loved it.
But
And I honestly, after Ryan Frame fucking brought that comedy video to our attention, I couldn't stop thinking about
24 ounces
what
of
that
shut
guy.
the fuck up.
Yeah, 24 ounces of shut the fuck up is what fucking. Oh, and also you're gonna get knocked out by somebody wearing Nike slides. It's time to rethink your life. And it just makes me laugh because kind of a lot of my daily drivers are a pair of Jordan slides.
Someday you might have to take up that Twisted Tea and dispense some street justice.
Like, shit, I can't drink keto on, or I can't drink Twisted Tea on keto because I know it's riddled with sugar, but
Yeah, it
I might have
is.
to start carrying one around with me.
For protection.
Yeah, for protection. Especially if I'm gonna go out there wearing slides. I had no idea.
There's a gang war with white boys that think they're black. It's like, hey homie, I know that you would very much like to be a black man, but you're not. You're gonna need to stop saying the things you're saying.
Dude,
Or
it's like fucking, dude, read the room. Bro.
yeah. Like,
Dude.
I have never been that drunk. I mean, that dude's obviously drunk, but I don't think
Doesn't
anyone's ever
matter.
been that drunk.
It doesn't matter.
Oh
I
yeah,
was
no.
in the Navy. I used to get up like on my days off and be like, it was literally like 9 a.m. and we just woke up for some reason from the night before. I'm sleeping on my buddy's barracks floor. As soon as we wake up, he's just like, you want to go play beer pong? I was like, sure.
Goddamn right I do.
I was like, why not? So yeah,
Oh,
I think
I'm
I
back.
have been that drunk, but never that stupid.
Yeah, that's fair.
What did I miss?
Nothing. We were talking about being so hammered that you can't read the room and get your shit wrecked by a guy wielding a weaponized Twisted Tea can.
Twisted Tea.
Weaponized Twisted Tea.
But yeah, we're just straight chilling. So we went over D&D, went over games. The big topic of today is because kind of the rule of sorry I've been drinking is A, you have to be altering your state of consciousness somehow. And
I
two,
am.
you need to
Oh, we are.
you need to be ready to
Unanthem.
hardcore rant about something. And this last time it was me and Cyberpunk, and I had to get the demon out. Now Rolk has some thoughts about death battles, so take it away, my friend.
All right, hang on. Let me get ready for this.
Let me get my notes out.
Fucking,
Where's my
not
beer?
even on his
Gonna be the
phone. He
title.
whips out a legal pad, licks his finger. Page 1.
Page-
Okay. So for everybody who knows, Death Battle is a YouTube channel which does fantasy battles to the death between heroes and villains of multiple varieties. Okay, so from Marvel to DC, from DC to anime, and everything and so on, even as ridiculous as Starscream from Transformers against Rainbow Dash from My Little Pony. It happened. It was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually really liked this show. I really liked the channel. I liked what they were attempting to do because anybody from Geekdom or the nerd or comic book manga variety, we've all had this conversation. I've had it with Jack multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, could this guy beat this guy from a different series? Like, what do you think about that? And you debate, and it's fun. It's just a fun fictional debate about fictional characters. So they made a YouTube channel on it and have them fight to the death. And sometimes it's great, and I'm excited. Other times, I don't know how this got to the point that it's on YouTube. Because it's so overmatched. I'm like, how did you come up with these two? If you could have put anybody against each other, you picked these two characters. It's the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah, it's become...
It's so one-sided.
Well, no, it's become, like, random why they're even fighting each other from what you were telling me earlier.
Like, yeah, so, I mean, well, most of the fights are random. Like, to have, like, Superman versus Goku would be hard because they're from two different universes or whatever. But you can etch that out pretty quickly. And they did that, and I agreed with it, and I thought it was a good episode. Oh. But they have a dozen other episodes that make no fucking sense.
Also, that is probably the most controversial thing that has been said on this channel so far.
Yes. Goku versus Superman. Superman wins.
Every time.
I'm sorry. He does.
Oh, you mean
also,
God?
if you disagree with me and you disagree with Death Battle, they picked at the time the strongest version of Goku they had. They did not pick the strongest version of Superman, so therefore it was not a fair fight to begin with.
Yeah.
If they picked the strongest version of Superman, he could have sneezed Goku out of existence. He's done it before.
He's literally God.
But actually, if you... I'm kidding.
Yeah.
If you look at the lore and then the manga, he did this. Okay. It's fiction. Like, so, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like...
Yeah, well, and that's...
change anything.
And I think...
I have physical proof that Batman could beat Hulk.
Stop. We're not going there.
That shit is canon.
It is.
Stop.
Canon.
It's not.
Do I need to send you the page again?
You want to make it 5? You're at 4 already. You want to make it 5 sweep beatings?
He'll never catch me.
I think he does.
I'll never catch you.
I've lost like 70 pounds.
I can tie your brake pedal to your horn.
I am swift, son.
Again, can you outrun his car, though?
I mean, I can go down an alley or something where his car can't fit. I'm mobile. He's stuck in a car. I got options that he doesn't have. I thought about it. I was in there taking a shit, and I was thinking about it. I was like, well, if he was chasing me a car, I'm fucked. Nay. I got options. Open road, and he's in a car? Yeah, I'm totally fucked. But if we're talking city, I can get away. Anyway, proceed with your rant. I'm sorry. Batman can beat Hulk. Kicked him in the stomach. Done. Bye. Next question.
We can't have dead airframe. What do you got? Oh, he disconnected.
Did he disconnect?
Yeah, he's furious.
Oh, Jesus. All that is for naught. Ugh. Oh, well.
He'll be... No. He's gonna get back on.
No. I'm just saying, you missed all that. I mean, that's all nonsense. I don't believe any of it. It's so funny to rile him up.
And it does rile him up.
Oh, my God. It's so easy. Even if he knows I'm trying to do it, it'll work. Uh-oh. Oh.
You're not wrong.
Oh, my God. He seriously, will you throw something at it? He throw something at his computer?
I don't know.
Oh my god, I was just trying to make a funny. I didn't know I was gonna send him down a fucking rabbit hole of rage.
it's
Jesus
it's the
Christ.
best thing.
Oh my god. Oh my, can we switch over to the extra secret podcast?
I think his internet went out because the viewer count went down too. So couldn't be me.
Yeah.
You're breaking up.
Picking up. Better?
Yeah.
Okay. It's, oh my god. Did you, is that why he left? Because you put up the comic book page?
No, I just did that.
Oh wow, okay. I love it. ID seed, LOL. Okay. Yeah. There he goes. You know what? You know what, Evan? Respect. Thank you, sir.
I got it. I'm a good host.
You are a good host. And I would just like, I want all of Twitch to see that my main man, Batsy, could take down the Hawk. I'm saying. Batman can't beat him.
He's too strong.
Too strong.
He's
got too much cash. He's just making it wane all over your face, neck, and chest, son.
He's got too much money. He could just pay to make you go away.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
It's like you're here to kill me? How much are they paying you? I will pay you double that to not kill me. Triple.
Fuck it, I'll triple it.
Yeah.
And I won't even feel it.
He won't even look up at him to talk to him. He's like still just working at his desk. They're like, yeah, all right. Later he goes to get his money back as Batman.
Just steals it back.
That's actually the plot of what happens in every Batman comic. You just don't ever see it. Is that person goes to Bruce Wayne's office, threatens them, and he's like,
holy fuck, bro. When we got time, and hopefully when like creating content is our life, I think we should do a freebie, and we should like write a short one-off, like, and I can draw a Batman comic,
oh yeah,
and we'll just do that story where he goes back to steal his money.
he just pays him a big stack and doesn't think anything of it, and like he goes and like beats up all these guys because we'll have him like shadowed, and then he beats up all these guys. You just see him like reach down and pick up all the stacks that he gave him.
Just create it as a fan thing and don't charge for it. We can do whatever we want.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. So I'm down.
He's restarting the world's oldest still functioning laptop.
Jesus Christ.
That thing doesn't have an Ethernet port.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, I'm sure there's better laptops and shit. Like, but I really do love my Surface, and it's not even like a top of the line Surface. But if I get to the point where I can afford it, I'm definitely buying this dude a new laptop.
Well,
Like 100.
when I'm able to buy a computer, he's actually going to buy my computer from me.
Okay, cool.
So I'm going to sell him mine for pretty dirt cheap.
And he's on the dollar from what it's actually probably worth.
Yeah. And then he'll have something that he can play all the 40K games that he's wanted to play forever. And
that's
yeah.
dope. And if he wants to, as long as it has controller support, he can always, if he doesn't want to use a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, no, he can. And but the other thing is that it's like I want to start with so many new parts. It just makes sense for me to build a new one. This rig's totally upgradable. Like, he would just need to buy a graphics card for it, and it would be...
I mean, it's a good rig. It's still up to par. And how long have you fucking had that thing? Like 7 years? More than 7 years?
I've had it over 10 years.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
But it still runs everything great. Like, the only
Yeah,
reason
and it's
that
also super not fair to play against that rig when you're doing a fucking speed campaign of the Batman Arkham
oh, we're
trilogy.
talking about this.
You know, hey man,
Explain what we did.
oh my god. All right. So, especially like I'm not I love the Arkham games. Especially City. Like I love Arkham Asylum, but I don't have the stick time like I do on City. Like I played through City a bazillion times. At one point, especially when we did this, like I could probably shut my eyes and actually be somewhat okay at the game. Uh, so Evan Jack is also has a lot of stick time at the game, so he's like, "Yo, bro, let's do a speed run, you versus me. We're gonna go through all 3 games, see who fucking finishes first." I was like, "All right." And the only reason I agreed is because I already concede. Asylum, Arkham Asylum, and Arkham Origins, he's got me 100%. I'm not even going to question that. But when it comes to City, I'm extremely efficient. Like, so I figured I'm going to make up so much ground in City that like, I at least have a chance, and it's going to be at least close. So we start, and we're loading into 1, 2, 3, start. The fucking load times alone literally gave him like a 5-minute jump.
So, like, the crazy thing is that it wasn't like the load time, because the second you push start in Asylum, you go straight in. Um, it wasn't even that. It was we're walking Joker through the hall, and I'm moving faster than you down the hall.
That's what I meant. Like it wasn't. I misspoke by saying load times.
Oh no,
It's
no, no.
just
The load times were correct, but that's not what we saw at first. It was walking down the hall, and I've like, by the time we got to the end of it, I had like already gained like 2 minutes on you.
yeah. It was pretty bad. But and
Anybody hear
and
me?
like I said, I am not as efficient at um like I haven't done a ton of playthroughs of
Asylum.
Asylum and everything, so it took me a second. But I feel like I actually made it. Like I was never gonna win just off hardware alone. It was never gonna happen.
Oh yeah, the
But I gotta say, I actually felt somewhat impressed with myself once I graduated into City.
oh yeah,
Because I'm very good at City.
yeah. You were definitely pick up time in City, but
Yeah.
just remember that I am the knight, so you know
Yeah,
it's all
I
right.
guess I have to concede that. Hey, you know what? If I have to openly concede that you're faster than in 2 of the 3 games you're trying to speed run through, I guess I do have to concede that you are the knight.
Here's what I want to do next. When
Oh, do tell.
when the new Xboxes come out,
Okay.
we go again, because then we're running
Oh,
on the
fuck.
exact same machine.
Okay.
The only
All right.
problem is you have to actually play Knight.
You said the trilogy. We had to order. Oh, you want to go all 4?
Oh yeah,
Oh, well, then that's gonna fucking automatically lose. I've never even played all the way through Night because I'm like, oh, I gotta do all these missions for the fucking with the
that
goddamn Batmobile I don't want to drive. I
all
want to
of
soar around Gotham City like the fucking Batman. I don't want to. I don't. I if I want to play Need for Speed, I'll play fucking Need for Speed.
if like all that shit is front loaded. Like once you get past it, it's it's optional, but like
This
it's
requires the Batmobile.
yeah, well no, that's what I mean is all of the Batmobile shit is front loaded, and it's like a lot of people felt the same way that you did. And even I, like on repeat playthroughs, the Batmobile sections, like it's like okay, like can we speed this the fuck up? But the next Arkham game where it's co-op, that's gonna be a blast.
Oh fuck yeah! I'm so excited to play that
Can
with
anybody
you.
fucking hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you. We're just having a conversation, Dick.
Continue.
You're right. Don't kill me. If I win the lottery, I'm still gonna buy streams, even if you beat the shit out of me. That's you can write that down. You can put it. You might as well. We can get it notarized. That's gonna happen if I hit the lotto. I see what you're doing there, Rob.
Does he?
I don't know. Can he hear us? I don't know.
I can hear you. Fuck. Fucking piece of shit computer.
We can hear you fine.
Yeah, you're back on track.
But oh yeah. It's gonna be Nightwing and Jason Todd all day, every day.
Oh fuck yes, dude, for sure.
Jason Todd, the best Robin ever. The best.
No, not the best Robin.
Okay. Best anti-hero?
Yeah, he's
Correct.
pretty
I'll
strong
take
on
that.
that.
Stop blowing up that shitty fucking comic spread. I
He
don't want to see
fi-
that shit.
He finally saw it was there. All right, that's all I wanted.
It's not canon.
This is canon, authorized by DC and Marvel.
All right. So we're talking about Death Battle.
No, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you guys wanted to give up on that because I fucking disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yeah, we saw.
Oh, you were getting on a plane to come beat me like your father beat you.
He wouldn't need to get on a plane. He'd need to get on a plane to come beat me.
It's true.
We're not telling. Are we telling that story?
No.
No, not at all. Just
We do not have
just
the
go on
time.
with the death. Yeah, just go with the death battle.
This is like the third time we've alluded to it.
It's a great story.
Death Battle.
Okay. So, hang on, let me exit out of Twitch. So, we know what Death Battle is, and they've had some great episodes that have been really enjoyable to watch. Okay? And then they have episodes that make absolutely no sense, which is dumb because there's probably half a dozen people working on this shit to make the video and make the fights.
Probably.
And the latest fight, which just infuriated me, not because I'm a Hulk fan. Hulk is my favorite Marvel superhero. If you haven't figured that out by my name, I don't know what to tell you. Okay? And they did Hulk versus Dragon Ball Super Broly, who is my favorite Dragon Ball Super character. And it was a great rehash. It was a great movie. I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm a Hulk fan. I'm not a blind follower to my team. I know there was no chance Hulk could win this fight. There's no way. Like, this isn't a fight. This isn't even close. Why are you wasting your time and energy on a fight? You know he can't win. And they did it. And the graphics are fine. How they did it, everything about the video, like the presentation, the lore, how they got their information, everything was great. Except you picked somebody who has no chance of beating somebody else. This is the goat versus the T-Rex in Jurassic Park. Why is this happening?
Well, the problem isn't that Hulk can't beat Broly. The problem is that which version of the Hulk are you going to pick? Because there are versions of the Hulk that probably can beat Broly, but there's significantly more versions that probably cannot. And my issue with Death Battle, and why I don't like watching it because it's frustrating to me, is that they do not apply the same lines of logic that they establish from episode to episode. So, like, in some episodes, they're like, yeah, we took the strongest version of each and put them head to head, but, like, it's still implying that it's the strongest version of each, but they're not using those, and they're very selective about, like, what they're using and doing, and, like, like the Deathstroke versus Deadpool is the best version of this. Like, I actually don't think the person that wrote it or animated it have any clue how Deathstroke actually works. Like, these are people talking out of their ass. Like, they didn't even read the wiki. Like, they have no they know broad strokes that Deathstroke and Deadpool are connected because of the dumbass names. But it was like, they're like, oh, well, he has accelerated healing, blah, blah, blah. Like, so eventually Deadpool wins. Deadpool was always going to win because if you know dick about Deathstroke and Deadpool, they show up and just fight each other to the death. Deadpool's going to win because he's fucking difficult to kill. Better people than Deathstroke have tried. But beside the point is he kills Deathstroke with this like weapon that makes it so like people that have it, like if they get hit by it, they can't regenerate. And it's like, you gave him a MacGuffin weapon that he got in like a comic that doesn't exist. Yeah, it's like, if I was able to choose, like, it's like I could give Deathstroke like anything. I could give him like the craziest power set possible because I'm sure it's come up. So it's like moreover, you wouldn't need that to kill Deathstroke. You would need just a regular bullet because he's just a dude. If you cut off Deadpool's head, like 2 Deadpools are gonna grow. But if you cut off Slade's head, the man is smoked. He's out of the game.
He's done.
Like
you're done, son.
Yeah,
student ID ain't gonna cut it.
Like,
ain't gonna cut it.
Like their version of like, well, Deathstroke got shot and he regenerated from it. It's like, yeah, that took like 24 hours. It's like, which is fast as hell, but it's not instantaneous like Deadpool. It's like, you did not know Deathstroke. You did not know the character at all. And it's presented like they know what they're talking about.
I think I've only seen a couple of these, and it's ones Ryan Frame has sent me.
Yeah.
Personally, like that. Like, I understand the premise and how it could be entertaining, and I think that was one of them that I saw, and I'm like, why are we? It immediately, almost why, like, I was kind of excited because you know me, I like Deadpool, but I'm love DC. I was like, fucking Deathstroke, fuck yeah, I'll watch anything with Deathstroke in it. But then I, like, right before it started, I'm like, why are we even doing this?
Exactly. And then
like,
and they brought out a weapon that like it just was so dumb, and it's like so poorly researched. And all I'm asking for in research is read the wiki. Like, I'm not asking you to like grow up with this shit. I'm like, read the wiki and like try to understand it, because like it's not like this is some like what I'm doing, like where it's just me talking to a camera and I've got 2 static images. Like, you're animating this motherfucker. You're editing it. It's like the research probably would take the smallest amount of time.
Speaking of that, since we're not on video, I should make us avatars.
I like my avatar.
I like it too.
Can you?
Well, fine. Fuck you. I won't
Can
make
you?
a custom.
Can you remake his avatar so that there's no background?
Yeah, of course. Of course, I could do that.
Sitting in those chairs, like the angel and devil on my shoulder, like the devil and the devil on my shoulder.
I was about to say, I don't know who's the angel at this
Yeah.
group.
Oh, wow.
Haley's in the distance yelling positive affirmations. That's the picture.
I mean, they've had good matchups. Like, they haven't had bad ones. They have had good ones. Like, one of the last good ones I've seen is they had All Might from My Hero Academia versus Guy from Guy Sensei from Naruto, and I was excited for it. And I watched it, and I was okay with the result.
You're
when they
gonna say
explained it.
Guy
I'm like,
Fieri? I'm like, really?
Guy Fieri won. It was unbelievable. He took him to Flavor fucking Pound Town.
if it was All Might versus Guy Fieri, I always put my money on Guy Fieri. I don't care.
Yeah, like that
But
dude.
then they just have fucking stupid ones.
He's
like
gonna put
Hulk
donkey
versus
sauce
Broly
on that ass and eat him
It's
up.
just like, okay, so
fuck.
Hulk, who
Eating
might
that
physically
ass.
be stronger and gets stronger the more you fight him. Okay, he can't fly and he can't shoot energy blast. So Broly, who has the same ability of he gets stronger the longer you fight him, but can fly, survive in space, and essentially decimate a planet, and would just leave him there to die.
Now, excuse me if I'm wrong. I mean, when he's hulked out, I mean, he still requires oxygen, right?
No. Well,
No?
it depends on the version.
Oh, okay.
That's
There's some versions of Hulk that can like survive in the water, where like his lungs just start making oxygen somehow.
like the Hulk.
Like it's so up and down, it's ridiculous.
Like the Hulk exists because, like, a controlled Hulk is weaker. Like the Hulk exists because he's a rage monster. So if Banner is angry, he can't die. And Banner was always angry. That's the line that gets bandied about. But like, if he like went to kill himself with anger in his heart, he's gonna just cough the bullet up. And like the Hulk the End comic, the world is wiped out by nuclear war, and it doesn't even affect him. Like the Hulk, he tries to starve himself to death, and it doesn't work because the Hulk just just keeps him alive, and like he can't die.
And
outside of the flying thing, I guess it takes. So if we're theoretically talking about the strongest versions of these characters, I guess the space thing doesn't matter then.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing is that he could theoretically, he could move around in space because he makes like enough kinetic force, like a Toad, for example. Like, you can actually generate force in zero grav, apparently. So like you can make it directional. And it's like just your muscles. But yeah, it's like it would be different if it was like Superman, who is like literally so fast he could just park him multiple galaxies away before Hulk could even like react. Whereas they've been downpowering how fast the DBZ fighters are for a couple years now, to the point where I'm pretty sure speed-wise, the Hulk, he wouldn't be able to keep up, but it wouldn't be the detriment you'd imagine it would be, because Hulk has fought speedsters in the past.
My God.
Yeah.
These conversations.
I mean, they did other ones. Like, they did Hulk versus Doomsday, which I was excited about. I'm like, this is a fair fight. Like, this is literally just two guys who are just going to pound the shit out of each other. That's it. They're just both super strong. Doomsday evolves every time he dies, so he can't die the same way. And at the end of it, they said Doomsday won. I'm like, okay, let me see the reason for this. And all they said is, oh, because Superman already killed him by beating him to death, so he can't die the same way twice. I'm like, so you knew this fight was over before you did anything? Like, at the research stage, this fight was over.
Well,
is what you're telling me. And you still went through with everything else. Like, that's just dumb.
Well, and also that's not true. Like, it's like
beat him to death a different way.
Yeah. Well, more importantly, like, you don't need to kill him. You just need to hog toss him into the sun, which the Hulk is capable of. So he could beat him into unconsciousness and then throw him into the sun.
Very true.
It's like that's within the realms of shit the Hulk can do, or maybe you can drown him. Like there's options there.
Like there's so many stupid ones. Like
Or
I was excited about
he beat him with concussive force. If he broke his neck, that's not the same.
Yeah, well, that's true.
It was just dumb. And then like this one, they did Scorpion versus Ryu. And
Scorpion is in
Scorpion from Mortal Kombat versus Ryu from Street Fighter.
Okay.
And it ended how, if you know anything about the two, even a little, it ended how you think. Scorpion teleports him to the Nether Realm where he constantly gains strength and can't die and will respawn if he's killed and kills Ryu.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how is this fair?
Well, more importantly, he doesn't need to do any of that because Ryu is a karate guy that can shoot fireballs, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Scorpion is a karate guy that can shoot fireballs, but also has a spear and is known to be lethal. Also, he's a wraith and all this other bullshit. It's like, what we know for a fact about Ryu's attacks is that they are, in fact, non-lethal. So Ryu gets hit in the chest with a spear and then dies. The end. I need
Not to take it off the rails, but while I wasn't super excited for the film, I actually really like those pictures that WB released. I thought they looked pretty dope.
Look good. I think they look good. I'm excited now.
Yeah, now I'm actually kind of excited now.
For what?
Yeah, I check the group chat. I dropped in like 6-7 pictures that WB released of the new Mortal Kombat flick, and they look actually pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah. So sorry, didn't mean to take it off the rails. I just need to get that off my chest because I thought they looked pretty good.
Fine. Another stupid matchup, and I don't know how they come up with these matchups. If it's a fan vote thing, then I could understand. Other than that, I don't know how. If these two guys are literally picking the matchups, they're just retarded. And this is one of the most aggravating ones. They did, and you'll know one of these, Diaz. They did the White Tiger Zord from Power Rangers.
Yep.
The White Tiger Zord versus Epion from Gundam Wing.
I don't know that one.
Jack does.
So
how was this going to be a fair fight at all? How was this going to be remotely close? I don't understand. Epion is a Gundam. It's a mobile suit, Diaz. I forget the exact tall. It's a lot smaller than the.
I gotta go check on the
way
dogs.
smaller.
Actually, don't hold on. Just keep up with the podcast. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
you gotta explain it to me anyway, because I don't know anything about it.
So it's a Gundam. It's a mobile suit, is what it's called. So it's a giant robot mech that looks human. Like it's got hands. It's got a helmet. It's a humanoid-like robot-looking machine.
Seen them. I just don't know what the power set is or like how powerful they are. Or
So
anything,
the
but I
one
know what
that's
it is.
called Epion. So the one that's called Epion. Now, toe to toe, it would have a really hard time because of how big the Tiger Zord is. But Epion had destroyed an entire space station that's 100 times bigger than the Tiger Zord. That was full of guns and everything, and other mobile suits designed to kill it. Destroyed it. On top of all that, Epion has two weapons. That's it. It has a laser sword, like a giant lightsaber, and a whip that heats up to like melt things. But here's the important fact. Epion has a computer system called the Zero System. What it does is predicts the future based on movements and battle statistics.
Okay.
So you're getting live feed data of what this thing will do most likely that is 90% accurate.
So how does the Tiger Zord stand a chance?
Exactly. And of course, Epion won, and everybody's like, "Oh, well, why'd Epion win?" I'm like, "He has the zero system. What the fuck? How is this a fair fight?"
Totally get the frustration with it. I mean, at the end of the day, they have to produce content, and that's to keep people
Okay,
watching. But I do understand you need quality content to keep your audience. So I do understand both sides of the fence. I mean, some of that shit is pointless. Like, I mean, if I would have known, you know, if I would have been anywhat familiar with what the other Gundam you were just talking about, I probably would have been able to call that before you even went on your rant. But so I get what you're saying.
okay. So how about I'll bring up one more, and then
All
I'm
right,
done
go for it.
ranting about.
No, by all means,
Because
bring up 10 more. I don't give a shit. I'm all about it.
so they did your favorite character 2 times on Death Battle. Your guy.
Wasn't one of them against Cap?
No, yes, one of them was against Cap, and he won, which I thought was fair.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought
See
that
that.
it was. I thought it was a good. I thought it was a good episode. I like the background. I like how they did everything. I thought it was okay. That makes sense to me. Yeah,
I'll tell you
I'd say
what, man.
Batman too.
I've gone against my own dude, plenty of times. Because I got those early tickets to Batman versus Superman, and I took for me and Ev,
Yeah,
and we sat down, and I went out to go get us a couple drinks, some popcorn, and I'm wearing some Batman tee or whatever, and some two pimply face fucking teenagers are obviously serving me the shit, and the guy comes over, he's like, "All right, you're going to watch the premiere?" I'm like, "Yeah." So tell us, can Batman beat Superman? I'm like, a Superman, is it no holds barn? Like Superman's content? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, then it's no contest. Superman would fucking murder Batman in 2 seconds. I was like, it wouldn't even. And he's like, come on, man. No. Kryptonite. I'm like, look, Kryptonite takes a second to actually really, really affect him. So I'll put it to you this way. Let's say Bruce is standing in the middle of the street or on top of a building in Gotham City, holding a huge rock of kryptonite. Superman flies out of the atmosphere all the way into space by the moon, locates Bruce, comes down at full speed, and can decapitate him before
the kryptonite
and fly
affects him.
away before that kryptonite
Yeah.
even starts to take,
It's
even
not-
imagines
it's
to
not-
start to take effect.
Well, here's the thing: is that kryptonite is radiation, so that moves across on the electromagnetic frequency, like the way everything else does. Superman is faster than that. He could literally outrun kryptonite radiation.
I hated it. I broke this Batman fan's heart. I was like, let's be real. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, a Superman that is content on killing Batman, it's done. It's over. It's forget about it.
We literally have a
if Superman does not want, if he's fighting but doesn't want to kill Bruce, yes, Bruce has a chance because he's super smart. But guess what? So is Superman. Is super intelligent. So I mean, the only way Bruce has a chance is if Superman gives him one.
Yeah, and we literally have a comic that's about this called Irredeemable. And you know what happens? The Superman proxy immediately murders everyone who could even be considered a threat. The only person to survive is their, like, Reed Richards equivalent. And it's because he sciences his way the fuck up out of there the second shit goes sideways.
It's and they did another one. They did
The
Batman
Hootie
versus
fight.
Spider-Man, which I thought was fair, and I agreed with it. Spider-Man 1.
Hootie fought Darius Rucker.
But no.
He said Hootie
No,
fight.
he fought like the No, I'm sorry. He fought Spider-Man.
I liked it, Evan.
I
liked it.
I know.
I appreciate
Not,
it.
not the Spider-Man. Not the Spider Darius Rucker. Spider-Man.
No,
Peter Parker.
Darius Rucker.
I'm sorry.
I said
That shit was
Hootie.
really hard.
Yeah, that's Anderson Silva. Darius Rucker is the lead singer of Hootie and the Blowfish. He said Hootie.
Oh,
I said Hootie fought Darius Rucker. They are in fact the same person.
I'm
That's
very confused.
I
That's
guess
the
I
joke.
could see that. I guess I could see that. I could agree with Spider-Man ultimately beating Batman for sure. Yeah, I could see that.
And
yeah.
so I hope
Spidey's
it
a
changes
genius.
because that's the thing that's why I hate about the new movies. It's like, oh well, Iron Man gave him all this shit. It's like, no, he invented all of that on his own.
Yeah, like he's crazy smart. Like he's one of the smartest people in the Marvel universe. Like he's not the smartest superhero, but when it comes to like intelligence, he's a genius by more than a little bit.
For sure.
Yeah. And that's what I
So,
hate
yeah,
about the new movies. It's like,
And,
oh,
and
well,
Spider-Man
goodness.
1 in the death battle?
yeah, Spider-Man 1.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He has a unique fight. It's mainly because they mainly gave it to him because, yes, Batman has fought faster and stronger people, but he's never fought somebody like Spider-Man. Like Batman has learned every martial arts that's ever existed and fighting style. Spider-Man has his own fighting style that is different from anything. It's physically impossible to do because he's Spider-Man. So he couldn't be able to adapt to it. Like, and this is Batman with his standard gadgets and no prep
Well,
time.
and that's their reasoning, which like and with Batman, it doesn't make
he has
sense.
non-lethals anyway, so he's already at a handicap.
Yeah, that's my point. Is that like that's like saying, okay, Batman's gonna fight Spider-Man, but Spider-Man doesn't have can't use his strength. It's like it's Batman. This is a fight to the death. He literally has things explicitly because they don't kill people, so his whole utility belt is worthless. And while Batman's good, we have to assume this is a stand-up fight, so stealth isn't going to be an option. So, and Batman's a truck. He's a fucking meat house. That dude's 6'5", 250. He's a fucking animal.
Yeah. He's gonna ruin your fucking day.
Yeah, and he can move like a goddamn ninja. So imagine if
It's a
Brock
good belt.
Lesnar fucking flip kicked you. Yeah, you'd be fucked up for the rest of your life if you survived.
If you didn't shatter every bone in your body.
Yeah, he'd fuck you up. But
Jack,
yeah,
I fucking love your analogies.
thank you. But
I'll go to
yeah,
the bathroom, I'll be right back.
and then you've got a guy that can pick up a goddamn building. It's like, oh, I wonder who's gonna win. It's like fucking the dude that can pick up a building. It's like
I love Batman because I think there's something appealing about the man that can stand with the gods
yeah,
and still like demands respect, like, and the detective aspect, and like there's just something really appealing to me about that. But I mean, I like to joke, of course, that nobody can beat Batman, but
yeah.
I mean, come on. Like, sometimes it's just so stupid.
Yeah, it's like, and it's like, and it's always come back to like Superman. It's like, what? There's a bunch of heroes who it would not go super great. Like,
What, against Soups?
no, I mean like against Batman versus Superman. It's like hold up, son. You don't get to take a swing at the champ right away. Let's do like Batman versus, I don't know, like Green Lantern in a stand-up fight first.
Yeah.
It's like he's going to have trouble handling that, and that's essentially just a space cop. Like
Shit, man. Unless he can, unless it's Justice League War and he can fucking pickpocket that ring off his finger,
Yeah.
he's gonna have a little bit of trouble.
Well, like even like his like doomsday plan, it's like he had Sinestro's ring, and it's like, yeah, but who, like, he doesn't know how to use it. And it's just like, okay, why does, and that's why everybody's like, oh, well, he could beat everybody except Superman. And I'm like, no, you just started at Superman, and because he couldn't beat him, oh, but he's number 2. It's like, no, I don't think that's the case. I'm like, it's like, that's always what I find stupid about these arguments.
I'm pretty sure fucking if Diana wanted a piece, fucking break the bricks off Batman.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be close.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be fair.
But yeah, that's why it's a comic book, and that's why being the detective is so important. Is that
I love the intelligence. I love the cunning and the scheme and the tactical and I love it all, and I think he's vitally important. He's my favorite. Like, and I love him to death. I think he might be the most important part of the Justice League, just from a tactician standpoint. Yeah. But let's not fly off the fucking handles just because you're a fucking fanboy. I mean, I love the bat. You know this.
Yeah, and
I got the fucking bat. I got the bat symbol tattooed on me. I love the bat. Well, but let's not get crazy.
The thing that makes him, like, if you go to like any like end game scenario, there's 2 things that make him scary. It's either A, you kill Batman, and it's like, okay, you killed Batman, but you activated some like protocol that's like a million Batmen descending on your soul, or he kills you and literally everybody else because he activates some like Eldritch Doom's universe device. It's like that's how the world ends in every bad version of like the DC universe. Is like it's like Batman does something. They literally wrote multiple comics about this fact in Dark Knight's Metal.
Hey, Batman made Darkseid quit in that movie.
Oh yeah, but that's because he was gonna blow up Darkseid's planet, and
yeah, because he didn't give a shit if you lived or died. He's like, yo, bitch, go ahead.
Yeah,
you with me?
Yeah. It's like true story, and I love how Darkseid frames it, because he's like, if it was you, if it was the Amazon or the Kryptonian, they might have been able to beat me, maybe, but you, he's like I could have beaten them, but you, I was never gonna be able to beat you, because you were willing to blow up my world.
To win.
And fuck yeah, man.
And he made him blink. It's like, he promised not to kill any people. You fucked up space monsters. I'm not sure count.
I'm pretty sure I don't know. Oh my god, dude. Fuck it.
Anyway, so
fucking Batfleck. Batfleck will fuck you up, man.
Yeah, he will.
Batfleck don't give a shit. He'll fucking murder your face.
I don't hate Death Battle. I'm just disappointed.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Like, I follow the channel. Anytime they post anything, I go and I look at it. I just want to see more reasonable matchups.
Yeah,
that's it.
I think that's fair.
That's all I want to see. I'm like, I just want to see more reasonable matchups. I understand it's difficult when you have 2 characters from different universes Like when you have like a most anime characters are overpowered as it is, so it's hard to put them against a Western character like from DC or Marvel. I get that.
Well,
Just
I
do a little bit of research and you'll see how unfair that matchup might be. And then you have to pick a different one.
well
If it means you have to do one video a month, I get it, but at least it'll be something that's closer. I just want a closer matchup. I don't want to see Goat versus T Rexes.
yeah.
I don't want to
Well,
see that.
the other thing is that with a manga, because it's one continuous story from beginning to end, you're always talking about them at the pinnacle of their power. Whereas when you talk about a Western comic, like I can point out a million times that pretty much every character could beat Goku, but it's because they've been around for 100 years, and there's going to be an
Yeah.
iteration of them that could do the job. And it's like, so you're going to have to pick, this, like, which version you're going to use, and that just doesn't work. Like, it's not going to be a fair matchup because you have the explicit, this is how they are version, and then you have your choice. And essentially, when you make that choice, you're deciding who wins and who loses, because if you pick this version, they win. If they pick another version, you lose. And like the reason that I stopped watching them, it's because they never set up like if you look at Forged in Fire, um or what was that? Deadliest Warrior. They eventually establish and explain how the simulation is working. And it's like you find out that it's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, shields are really powerful. And it's like, so I understand how this came to this conclusion. And so without like a dictating like program of how they select things, like they're just kind of willy-nilly picking whatever they want, and it devalues what they're doing entirely. Like they're making stupid YouTube videos, but they're spending a lot of time making stupid YouTube videos. So it's like, why? And I think it would be more interesting too. It's like to be able to follow what's going on. Hey, Haley's calling me.
Yeah, no problem. But I mean, you don't have to apologize. The only reason you're pissed off is because you like their shit and you're a fan and you care. There's nothing wrong with that. There's
I
nothing
do
wrong with
because
that. You
I
just
like
you just want it to be
I like
better because you
I like
know what it
the
can be. So it's okay to be it's alright to be pissed. I don't view you as totally shitting on them right now. You just want them to, instead of pumping out content, you want, you know, a steady stream. You'd rather have less high quality than more bullshit Mickey Mouse fucking battles.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
nothing wrong with
yeah,
that.
there's demand to push out content,
Well,
but
of course. I mean, that's the way of the
yeah,
world. I
but it's
mean,
just
it's
I'm
just
like you're it's I'm like how are some of these like fair? Like to me, it doesn't make any sense. And then when you go back and you watch it, and you're like, well, why didn't you give him? If you gave that guy this, why didn't you give this guy this when he had it at one specific point in time? And it it just doesn't make sense to me. And it's sad because you can see like they edit this, they do all the graphics, they do everything. So they're putting time and money into this, but into something that doesn't make sense. Like I don't understand. Like some, like I said, some were great. They had some great ones I watched. Like they had He-Man versus Lion-O. That's one of my favorites. They had Master Chief versus Doom Guy. And these are some of their older ones. But
you have to
like
think,
it came
man.
to
They
a point
gotta.
I watched and I'm like, why is this
I
fight
don't.
happening? I'm like, this
I
doesn't
don't.
make any sense.
I've seen it. I've obviously seen it, and the reason I've seen it is obviously through you.
Yes.
Like, I mean, it doesn't. Like, granted, I spend a lot of my time when I'm not with you guys. A lot of my time, if it's not with Amanda, it is trying to create things. So I don't. And usually I'm like multitasking. I do consume a lot of media, but I don't get to all of it. So while this should work on me as a dime, I'm very unfamiliar with Death Battle outside of what you've sent me. But I take it they're a pretty popular channel.
Yeah.
I
Let me
mean,
pull it up.
yeah. I mean, you have to play devil's advocate. Not saying you're wrong because you most certainly are not. I understand your point, but if they're very popular and they have people advertising and shit like that, you're talking about the big bad fucking machine, and they gotta get that content out there.
Yeah, they got 4.7. They have 4.7 million subscribers.
There you go.
So they're not a small channel.
No, not at
and
all.
they've been around a long time.
Right.
But like, I don't want to like, and maybe it's just me. Maybe 90% of the other fans don't feel the same way. To me, it's dumb. Like, to me, what they're doing now is just like you're having these one-sided matches that I don't know who wants to see it, because I don't.
Right.
And the whole point of your channel, I agreed with. It's, hey, you're a fan of DC, I'm a fan of Marvel. I pick this hero, you pick this hero. Who do you think would win? And I everyone's had this conversation with a friend of theirs at some point.
Totally.
Ours don't generally go that well because you generally shit on the Hulk for losing the Batman, and I get furious and just want to beat you. But still, other than that, it goes pretty well.
Yeah, I think we've had plenty of intelligent. The only time
Yes.
I go off the rails and start saying unruly shit is just because I'm trying to get under your skin a little bit. Like, but we've had plenty
which
of.
apparently is fun to do for most
Because
people,
it is
and I don't know
super
why.
fucking easy, bro. It is crazy easy. I hate to break it to you. Super easy.
I fucking hate you.
I know, right? I don't blame you. I love you, buddy.
And I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say. It's not that I don't want them to stop making content. I like what they attempt to do. I just want better content, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you're a fan and you care. Nothing wrong with that.
Fucking Hulk versus Broly is not fucking close. It's just as bad as Epion versus the Tiger's
See the
Lord.
Hulk
Like,
again.
it's not even fucking
Who
close.
do you, as a Hulk fan, because I know Hulk's your dude, who do you want to see that they haven't done? Hulk versus who?
Hulk versus somebody that I think would be that I hope would be close.
Yeah, obviously not Batman, because he just beats the living shit out of Hulk, like beats the bricks off him. I mean, it's canon. Next question: who you want to see?
I'm trying to think of somebody from DC or manga.
Doesn't matter. Anybody from geek culture.
That's what I'm trying to think of. But I want it to be close. Like, I don't want like to give Hulk an easy win. Like, I don't want to do Hulk versus Deathstroke. Like, of course, fucking Hulk wins. But DC did release a Hulk-like character. I think his name's Rampage. I think that would be cool. I would like to see Hulk versus Lobo. I think that'd be cool.
That could be cool. What about?
I think that'd be fun. I think that'd be fun to see. Hulk versus
Hey Ev, you're more are you back? Hey Ev.
Yeah, I'm back. What's up?
You're back. Riddle me this, because I did read some of the Red Lanterns, but what's his name? Would Hulk versus Atrocious be?
No, Atrocitus isn't.
Atrocitus. It's Atrocitus. Thank you.
Atrocitus.
He can survive in space. He can survive in space and fly.
Yeah, like Atrocitus is not like Atrocitus isn't much stronger than a fit human. So, like, he's just scary looking. Like, that was actually the point, is that his planet got wiped out because
I love that goddamn cat, man. That cat fucking
Dexter.
Dexter,
fucking shit, man.
That is the saddest goddamn. I don't care, Bruce Wayne. I don't care about your parents. Dexter has the saddest comic book origin, bar fucking none. Okay, if you don't know Dexter's origin story, here it is. He's a stray cat, an old stray cat that is like abused and like just bad things happen to him. He gets taken in by this nice old lady and takes good care of him, gives him this good home. One day, people break in, kill the old lady, put him in a bag and throw him off a bridge. And as he hits the water, he realizes that he's so angry and he gets a Red Lantern ring, and then he fucking is on a quest to find those people and violently murder them. Which, honestly, that is the correct response. So he's literally a house cat with one of the most dangerous weapons ever created, and he just hates you.
Like, I know the origin, but is there a book, like, just for him?
No, it's not
No,
yet.
he's always
Oh,
a
that
side
is a good
character.
question.
Can we? I mean, if they haven't done that, can we just fan do that?
Yeah, we could.
Make the Dexstar hunting down these assholes and fucking murdering their face.
We could call it Lexstar and slightly change it.
Yeah, we could. We could do it.
So, okay, help me out here.
Because I love
Jack.
that goddamn cat, man. He's
Yeah,
fucking.
He's
dope.
the best.
So, who would you think would be a fair matchup for Hulk? You'd like to see in a death battle that's not from Marvel.
That's not from Marvel. I
Because
mean,
he's fought everybody in Marvel.
I mean,
Like World War Hulk happened.
yeah.
That was the thing.
I mean, Doomsday is the obvious choice.
And I think that should have been better than what it was, but whatever.
Yeah, like somebody who works similarly to him.
There's a DC hero called I think his name's Rampage.
Yeah,
or
but
it's Rage.
Rampage is dog shit boring, and nobody would take that seriously because Rampage sucks. I would
I'm
say
unfamiliar with Rampage. I don't know Rampage.
I would say like
Is he new? Because I don't.
He's fairly new. He's like maybe 5-6 years old.
Let's say somebody like Darkseid because of his Omega beams. That would be interesting because the question would be, could the Omega beams hurt him? And like what and like that's how you start it off. Like you don't start off with, oh well, they're gonna fight and punch each other. It's like, because in a punchy fight the Hulk will win. But that's not all of who he's taking on powers. And I think that's what you need to consider is that, well, he has these Omega beams. If they hit you, they make you deleted. It's like Superman has survived it. Superman's the only person to survive it. It's like because he's God. So would the Hulk be able to survive it? More important, and that's an interesting question. It's like, well, how does the Omega Beam work? And like you'd actually like need to think about it for longer than 2 seconds, so they're not going to do it. Because I'm pretty sure I just, with that description, bored the shit out of half the people that might ever see this.
No, I think it's an interesting question.
Yeah. But it's not one that's thought about because it's not terribly interesting to a wide swath of people.
Okay, so so if you could pick a death battle for them to do, what 2 characters would you want to see?
I would like to see
Indiana Jones versus Hitler.
Yes, correct. I mean no, we've talked about who would definitely win. It's Indy all day, so that fucking hack of an art student would never survive.
Nah, you're right. It's always just fun to watch a Nazi get punched in the fucking.
You're not wrong. Fucking Adolf Drippler, though. I mean, he was looking good in those Hugo Boss suits. Drip, drip, drip.
It's amazing how these companies
with his boy
survived
Bendito
after
Swagolini.
These companies survived after supporting the Nazi Empire, like Volkswagen.
Well,
yeah, we make
the
cars for
Volkswagen
Nazis.
was made by the Nazis, not supported by. Like, that was created. But it's not like we have any room to judge. We literally immediately took every single scientist they have. I gotta go.
So what are we supposed to? Okay, so welcome to the
Just cut off.
Rolk and Diaz podcast. and we're going to make this super interesting.
Still recording?
I don't know. Because I got the Twitch loaded on my phone, and we're still here. He's just not here. Like his chair's empty, so we have free reign. And
What do you want to talk about? Do whatever we want.
we can do whatever we want. D
Oh,
is
fuck,
it's ours. It's all ours.
It's all ours.
We
We don't
got
have the fucking boss man bringing us down anymore.
Exactly. Actually, you know what? I want to tell you a story. I've been wanting to tell you this all week
Yeah,
because on
fucking-
Monday
Fucking
I
hit me
did the
with it.
greatest. I did the greatest movie reference, and nobody got it, and it infuriated me.
Oh,
So-
hit me with it.
Oh no! Okay, so it was Tuesday. Alabama won a national championship.
Oh yeah, I meant to actually text you. I apologize. I wanted to say, as much as I hate Nick Saban for abandoning and ruining the Dolphins franchise and setting them back a decade, I would very much like to. I know you care, so I want to congratulate you on your team winning the national championship.
I greatly appreciate it. Despite how bad he was in the NFL, he is the greatest college football coach in the history of mankind.
I am not unlogical, and I can 100% agree with that.
So, Tuesday I go to work, and this was Wednesday. So Wednesday I go to work, and I wear my Alabama sweater. Only because my work jacket that I wear, which is a good jacket, I was washing because it was filthy. Because I have to wash it like 3 times a week. Because I'm laying on the ground, I'm underneath mowers, it gets filthy and it stinks. But I love it. It's a comfortable jacket. It's durable. It's a nice Levi jacket. So I was washing it. So I wore the Alabama sweater, knowing I'd probably get dirty and be furious. So I go to work. My bosses come out. My boss, Clay, who's a clean freak and an asshole, comes out. And he's just like, God, your team wins a national championship. You're going to wear that jacket. I want to tell you what I said, and you tell me what movie it's from, okay?
I'll do my best.
Okay. So I tell him, Clay, I have a work jacket. You seen it. It was filthy and it smelled like you told me before. So I washed it. So I couldn't wear it in today because it's in the dryer. So out of respect for you, I wore this Alabama jacket that I know you hate. So it was either this or the stinky jacket, which I know you hate. So I wore this for you. What movie is that from? It's not exactly word for word.
I know,
But-
that's why I think I'm struggling. I don't know, hit me with it. I don't know if I would have.
My cousin Vinny.
I'm blanking.
Oh yeah,
It's
I'm blanking.
my cousin Vinny.
yeah.
You remember my cousin Vinny when he came in
Oh,
with the
holy
red
shit.
fucking? He came in with the red suit
Yes, dude.
from like a 1918
bro.
something, and then
Oh
the
my
judge is like,
God,
"What are you
yes.
wearing?" And he's like, "Look,
Yeah.
you
No,
I bought a suit.
I
bought
get
a
it.
suit. You saw it.
Fucking.
It's
that is
like
a
it got covered
great-
in
I
mud.
have not seen
The
that
cleaner-
in years. Fucking My Cousin Vinny is a great fucking movie.
Hey guys,
It's easily one of my favorite movies of all time.
Goddamn Ralph Macchio's in that.
I gotta wrap it up.
Boo.
I know.
Wait, oh my god, fine.
I-
All right, Diaz, I'll see you on Xbox.
Blame Amanda as normal.
I know. It's Amanda's fault.
Wait, so I'll see Diaz. We're going to Xbox, right?
Yeah.
It's happening.
For sure.
Well, that's been the Sorry I've Been Drinking podcast, where I end things when it's just getting good. Bye bye.